How was your day yesterday? No optional, no. Today you have. This is ethics class, no? And then option will be after that. Okay, so where we left yesterday, we were discussing the syllabus, right? We were introducing the syllabus. And fourth unit we have completed. So how the questions will be appearing from third and the fourth unit. Third unit also we have completed, we have done, but we have not seen how the questions are appearing from the third unit. So what is your third unit? Foundational values of civil service, right? So how the questions are appearing? Have you seen the question paper yesterday at least? Syllabus? Good. So some might have seen, some might not have seen, because after you go home, you forget everything what happens in the classes. And that's natural. So see, from the third unit, what type of questions will appear is that you would have seen the topics like impartiality, non-partisanship and all. So like 2 times or 3 times the same question was repeated. They have asked like why impartiality and non-partisanship are considered as the foundational values of civil service. Any way they can ask. So they have given certain values. No, they would ask why these are considered as foundational values for a civil service, right? Or they may ask, give some ethical traits to be the basic values a civil servant should hold. Okay, so apart from the one which is mentioned in your syllabus, you can also add more as per your knowledge. Sometimes they may ask 2-mark question. You would have seen there, no, like the courage of conviction. These types of questions may appear. Thrice this type of question has appeared. Okay, so this they will give around 5 terms like this: courage of conviction, spirit of service, dedication. All these words will be given, and you have to write why they require courage of conviction, spirit of service, why dedication, for 2 marks. Okay, why a civil servant should have this value. This type of question also will appear. So this is third unit, and not much from that. Then you come to the fourth unit, emotional intelligence unit. So the questions will be like why you require emotional intelligence as a civil servant in administration as well as in governance. Why? What is the benefit of having emotional intelligence? These types of questions will appear. And one time there was a direct question also, like what are the components of emotional intelligence? Okay, so that and all you'll be learning once when we go into the topic, right? Then the sixth unit, fifth is nothing but the contributions. Okay, philosophers from India and the world. So we'll be studying some philosophical theories there, right? One time there was a direct question. It was in 2016. Only one time they asked John Stuart Mill's theory of social justice. Okay, so it's your political science question. So how many of you are there? Political science optional students? Okay, good, good. So you have that John Rawls theory. You will be studying elaborately, I think so. Yes, so here also you have, but on the stand of ethical stand, like justice, equality, these types of discussing related to the specific thinkers that we will be doing in the classes. Then sixth unit. What is the sixth unit? Civil or public service values, no? And ethics in public administration. Just like this, right? Yes. Right, no? This one, or there is some other changes, right? Fine. So what are the topics which we'll be covering? See, from the name you can see that ethics in public administration. So this is completely from 6th and 7th unit. This is administration oriented topics. So you'll be studying all the concepts which is related to, good governance. That in the 7th unit, directly we'll be studying these concepts. And in the 6th unit, we will just start how these concepts has arrived. The status and the problems which is there, which is prevailing in the public administration. Status, how values evolved in public administration. So initially, public administration was considered value free. They do not require any value because administration job is to improve the economy of the organization or efficiency of the organization only. So the administrator should act like a machine, so they will be doing certain work based on certain codes or rules, whatever administration it may be. It might be a private administration or it may be a public administration. So its job is to improve 3E. But later then what happened? There was some stages. of evolution of values, because public administration was considered as a separate discipline. So they thought that we are not doing business here. We are not going to generate profit. We are going to help people. We are going to serve the people. That's why it is called as public service. So then values started entering the public administration, because public administration want to have a special status or a separate discipline. And then after that, we also have to see what are the problems associated with the introduction of values in the public administration. That you will be seeing under the status and problem. Okay. Then that's the first topic. See, this will be your first topic, the status and the problems. Right. In your 6th unit. Then what is the topic? Ethical dilemma and conflict of interest. So it will be written as ethical concerns and dilemmas in private and public administration. So here you will learn a important term, ethical dilemma and conflict of interest. So you have to know what is the difference between ethical dilemma and conflict of interest, and what is the similarities between these two. So this is what you're going to face in the case study. When you're dealing a case study, you will come across this term only, because there you will have a problem, and when you're reading a problem, you have to bring a solution, and the solution will be in the form of ethical dilemma, or it will be in the form of conflict of interest. Conflict of interest means when your personal interest is going to overtake your professional duty or official duty or professional interest or people's welfare. That is called as conflict of interest. And ethical dilemma is a bit confusing, because here all the options look similar, but you're confused. All are right. So which one I have to choose? That is more elaborate than conflict of interest. And even I can say conflict of interest forms a subset of ethical dilemma. Okay, so ethical dilemma is something where you face a crisis in choosing a solution for a problem, right? So this will be your second topic. And what is your third topic? Yes, laws. I hope this one, rules. Yes, louder. Regulations and consigns a source of ethical guidance. Is this? So here you will be getting a lot of questions. Even from this topic, direct questions will arrive. Okay, like what is meant by conflict of interest? What is ethical dilemma? What is apparent conflict of interest and potential conflict of interest? These types of questions have already occurred in UPSC, and it will again get repeated. Okay, that is no sure that it will not get repeated, because always we'll find questions appearing again and again in UPSC, especially in ethics. Okay, the pattern may get slightly changed, but the same answer you have to repeat again. So that ethical dilemma and conflict of interest, lot of questions will appear. At least in alternate years you get the questions. Okay, then laws, rules and regulations and consensus source of ethical guidance. So what you will study under this? Here you have to study like what are those acting as a source of ethical guidance. We know that a set of moral principles. Okay, apart from that, so what are the other sources like conscience? What is conscience? Anybody? Louder. Mind. Okay, so this is something which is related, which is individual, specific to an individual, right? Everyone has a conscience. Like when man was there alone, no society to regulate him, no government to organize him or put him or regulate his behavior, then he himself has generated certain laws, and then society has arrived. In sociology, you would have studied in this manner how society, how family, how kinship, these types of relationship would have studied, no? So before everything has arrived, man was alone. No, he is a sentinel. Okay, so this person, like from his heart, he know what is right and what is wrong. That is conscience. And it is not only an intuition. Conscience is an intellectual type of behavior a person is possessing. Okay, so this we'll learn once when we go inside conscience. And laws, rules and regulations, you all know. So who is forming the laws, rules and regulations? In various countries, various group of bodies are forming it. Either it can be a monarchy, it can be a aristocracy, it can be a democracy, it can be any form of government. So like this, all these are going to guide a person's way of behaving in an ethical way. That's this topic you'll study under that. Okay. Then what is the next one? Accountability and ethical governance, right? Very good. So what is accountability? Hmm? Huh? Being responsible. Okay. So then what's the difference between responsibility and accountability? Good, good. Actually being responsible, then there is a slight difference. No, there is only a slight difference between terms. So responsibility means which comes from within. See, I am responsible for my behavior, for my work. I take my own responsibility. Nobody is going to question me. Okay. Right. But what is accountability? Accountability means, yeah, very good. Answerability. You know, somebody will question us. There is some body, there is some structure which is formulated for questioning the particular person. There is some authorized body to question them and you have to answer. Okay, so it may be a people, it might be a legislature, you take an administration. So administrators are responsible to various people, like the one who has formed the laws, legislatures. There is an indirect accountability that we'll be studying inside. Then executives, direct accountability. No, they are the political masters. You are directly accountable to these people. Again, judiciary, directly they are questioning you for your actions. And people, here also you are responsible to the people. Okay, answerable to the people. There are certain mechanisms we will be discussing under this topic. So through that, the people can question the administrator and the administrator has to answer the people. Okay, there are certain mechanisms which you will be studying under your 7th unit, right? So then what is the next topic? Corporate governance. Strengthening of ethical values, ethical or moral values inside administration. That's a small topic which you will be seeing, like what are the ways you can strengthen? Okay, what are the ways that the policy you have to suggest for improving the ethical values or moral? I will give two minutes time. Once everything is over, you can discuss for 2 minutes. First listen here. Okay, so after discussion, I'll give time then and there because I'm very lenient. I will not be very strict to you. You have to breathe, little bit in between. Right, then what is the next topic? Corporate governance. No, ethical issues, no, in IR is there. Is it? Am I right or wrong? Ethical issues in IR. IR over for you? Yes. IR over or not? No, not for everyone. Only few has attended. Okay, that few will help me here. So IR, international relations. So you would have learned about how our country is maintaining a relationship with our neighbors, our immediate neighbors, and also the issues which we are facing, the outside world, between the countries, between India and the other country. What are those international issues which we are facing? And especially what it is going there, like you take the Ukraine war, which is happening, no? So that Ukrainian war, and that was already asked as a question in UPSC last year in 2022 itself. So like this, so we'll be discussing some issues, ethical issues in the international arena and funding, so related to funding. And you all know the various types of fund which is there. Even India has taken a conditional funding. From whom we have taken the conditional funding? Long back we have took. Now we are in the state of providing funding to other countries. Am I right or wrong? So from whom we take conditional funding? Louder. So like we have taken from the economic body, not from any country. And there is some, ODA. What is that? Okay, fine. In IR, you would have studied that. You just flip your notes, check IR, you'll remember that. Yes. So overseas direct assistance, something, I think so. ODA is from Japan. We have received, the largest ODA received is by India from Japan. Then like this, we would be seeing various types of funding and what are the issues associated with that funding. Okay, and how India is also creating some problems related to the international countries. Okay, in the international sphere. Then next comes the corporate governance. So what is this corporate governance? You know, there is a topic already in accountability, that is ethical governance. So what is ethical governance? Yes. Ethical governance is equal to good governance. Good. So what is good governance? Huh? Huh? One at a time. I am having only being accountable, being transparent. Okay, very good. Any other answers? Somebody is answering from this side. Same answer. So good governance means it has a lot of components. Okay. That, as he said, transparency and accountability. Apart from this, we also will be studying a lot of components. So good governance means the way we are governing the people. What is governance? Governance means the way we are governing the people. That is governance. So good governance means we are governing the people in the right way in order to achieve the desired results. Okay, so that is good governance. There are a lot of factors apart from transparency and accountability. Okay, people participation is there. Okay. Yes. Okay, so like this, we will be seeing a lot of components once when we go into the good governance. So that was first introduced by World Bank in 1992. Okay, this good governance concept came out through the World Bank body, and in that sound administrative system is one component of good governance. That is why we have put good governance in ethics also when we are studying under the public administration. And then you see what is ethical governance. Ethical governance means apart from those values which we have mentioned for bringing in a good governance in the country, we should also follow some ethical values. Okay, and reduction of corruption, both has to happen together. So we know corruption is prevailing, no, in various stages, in various departments, everywhere corruption is there. So we have to bring down this corruption as we have to strengthen the ethical values in the governance. So that is ethical governance, right? So then what is corporate governance? CG, GG, EG, CG. What is CG? Any idea? See. Louder. Okay, well, CSR is one form where we are going to achieve corporate excellence and we are going to achieve corporate governance. Same. See, just think, that's it. Corporate governance means the way we are going to respect the interest of all stakeholders. In good governance, we are going to respect the interest of all the stakeholders, means especially the people interest. Governance is conducted for the people's interest, okay? And democracy is established. What is democracy? You would have studied in polity. Rule of law, okay. So that of the people, by the people. There is one formula, no? They also will mock it, of the people, far away from the people and all. So this, that's the 6th unit. Okay, then 7th unit is probity in governance. You'll be studying. Next topic is probity. What is probity? Even in 2022, there was a question. Probity in governance, they asked for 2 marks. What is probity then? No idea? Yes. So you know what is that? Integrity we are studying. So do you remember that the word I told? Integrity means holding all those moral principles which you claim you have to follow it. That is integrity, you know. So in a sense of wholeness, same probity means those moral principles, those ethical values you have to follow in your official duty when you are performing your administration, when you are in the administrative field, when you are doing public service. So you are withholding all those values which you have. Okay, that is probity in governance, right? And then in probity. So under this topic, what are those topics which you will be studying? As I told, this unit you will be studying all the tools of good governance. Okay. So first, leave the first topic and all. Come to the information sharing and transparency in government. Okay, information sharing. Then what will come after that? Sorry, information sharing in that RTI, right to information. There is a topic in your syllabus. You would have seen that. Then citizen charter. All will come here. Work culture. Okay. So what is RTI? Right to information. Yes. So What do you know about RTA? A general idea. Okay. So see here through RTA is a tool. Okay. Through which I told you accountability. You're questioning a public authority. No. So this is not only bringing in transparency. We can also question a public authority, like what work he is doing. No, whether he is doing his work properly and all. That can also be questioned through RTA. Then citizen charter. What is a citizen charter? Citizen charter is a document where every, in every office you would have find the document which tells about what types of services are provided by this office, who is providing that service, who is responsible for redressing the grievances, the problems related to the providing of these services. All this information will be provided. Okay, that is citizen charter. And then work culture means the culture. It includes your values, your beliefs, your attitudes, your behaviors in the respective workspace. That's work culture. So it's both physical and mental. Okay. And then comes the other topic, code of conduct, code of ethics. There's some topic like this. Huh? So code of conduct, yesterday only I told you. Same way you have code of ethics. Do we have code of ethics here? Yes. We have code of conduct. No, we have 1964. We formulated it. We are still trying to formulate code of ethics. And there was a bill also, public service bill, which was pending a long time. Since 2007, it is pending in the government. But we have not come up with certain code for ethics. But it is inducted inside the code of conduct itself. We do have. Okay. But in the form of code of conduct only. So we'll be studying about that and all here. Then any other topic we have missed out? Effective service delivery. Okay, so this all will bring effective service delivery and will establish good governance. The way a service is delivered, the public service is delivered to the people, that is effective service delivery. And that is one more topic, utilization of public fund. So here you will be studying, any idea? You would have studied about public funds in polity, no? Have you? No. You have studied. Yes, there are certain articles related to. So what are the fund you have studied in polity then? Then? Not grants, that person is answering. Yeah, please be louder. Public fund, contingency fund, and consolidated fund of India. I would have studied 3 funds, no? Long back I have studied. So the public fund are there, okay? We are not going to talk about the public fund. We are going to talk about the utilization of the public fund. How we are going to utilize the public fund. Who is giving this fund? Who is donating to this fund? Politicians. No, we are paying, no, in the form of direct taxes, indirect taxes and all. You will be studying in economic classes. So through that, they are collecting and depositing the money in the public fund. And when budget is formulated, it will be passed in the name of finance bill. Okay, you would have different types of finance bill also. You would study in polity. And then you will be accessing the resources from the public fund. So money is us. No, our money is there. And our money is being utilized for the availability of services or providing the services to the people. So we can question that whether our funds are utilized in the proper way. So here we'll be studying the underutilization of fund, misutilization of fund. Already questions have appeared in that format. So what is the reason that misutilization and underutilization of fund is happening in the government, organizations? How you can rectify these types of problem? And it's very hard. Do you feel the same? Or it is cold for you? Thanda there. The AC is running. It's running or it's just off only? Then I feel very hard. I don't know. So utilization of public fund. Then any other topic we have missed out? Please check the syllabus. To my knowledge, I think I have this. Challenges of corruption will be there definitely. Challenges of corruption. Okay. So corruption, that's the biggest threat we are facing. There are various forms of corruptions. Once when we go into the corruption, we'll be seeing embezzlement. Okay. Then, yes. What are the other ways of corruption? Grafting, embezzlement, okay, bribing. There are a lot of forms of corruptions. And even last time, like 2 years before, there was a question in your ethics paper. there they have mentioned that a public servant not doing his duty is also a form of corruption. Okay, that's a question. Explain. That's it. They asked a question like this to you in the ethics paper. So corruption is existing in various ways. Even favoritism you are doing, nepotism you are doing towards a particular person. Okay, so all these are forms of corruptions and the challenges you are facing to stop this corruption. What are the challenges? Why we are still saying that corruption is there, corruption is accepted, it is in the embedded in the social fabric, and why it is still continuing? What are the challenges we are facing to rectify this corruption? So these are the topics you will be studying under the 7th unit. Okay, that's it. This is your syllabus. And there will be a small topic below all these 7 units. Case study from the respective topics which you have, which will read in the theoretical part. There will appear a case study also. You have to handle that cases. Okay, so this is how we'll the syllabus goes on, right? So shall we start our topic then? The introduction is over. Done. Now we'll start with the first unit. Yeah. So take 2 minutes refreshment. So add your breakfast today, all of you. It's almost lunchtime. Brunch is also over. Now you have to have your lunch, 12 o'clock to 1 o'clock. Huh? So if you are like this, how will you be attentive in the classes? Sacrifice. For what? If you have food only, you can sacrifice fully. You have to have fuel inside your body. Huh? Then your memory will not work. What is the use you are doing sacrifice? See, food is not only for filling your tummy. It's also connected with your brain. No, if your brain has to work properly, you have to take proper food. Otherwise, no, your brain will not work properly after some time. Now it will work very extraordinary manner because you are making it hungry. So then at least it will deceive you. Okay, see, I am working, give me some food. You are not giving then also. 1 day, 2 days, okay. Don't continue this. Okay, now we'll go for the first unit, ethics and human interface. Okay. See, only for this 1 week, I think. No, you have to contribute 1 more hour, I think so. Otherwise, 3 hours, no, for you, morning classes. Then you'll have a break, then you'll have refreshment, and then you will start your optional classes, I think so. So now ethics and human interface. In this, first we'll start with some topic. We will define ethics first, okay? We will define ethics. We will make some, then and there in the classes, we'll be making some diagrams, flow charts, tables. All this will not be forwarded to you for your kind notice. See this, then and there, when I feel I have to do something here, I'll be doing it in the board. It comes on the spot. Some I have in the mind, it will be there, it will come here. But I'll not make it in the notes and all. Notes will be just for your reading, okay? So whatever we are doing here in the classes, please make a note of it if you want, okay? Then we'll start with the example. We'll start with the case. We'll start right or wrong, good or bad, okay? So first, let us discuss a case. I have written the real name of the person only. It happened in India. This case has happened in India. I don't know how many of you would have read in the newspaper about this case. Okay. So, Madhu. Yeah, Madhu. The person name is Madhu. Okay. So this happened in the literacy forward state. Okay. So you don't know which state I'm mentioning because still now 2011 census only is out. 2021 census is out or not? Not yet, no. No doubt, it has not been come out. So, see, this person was hungry. Okay, he is very hungry. He just stole some food and ate. Then what happened? The people from that place tied him, beat him to death. No, beaten him to death. This person has died, lost his life. Mob lynching has happened. After that, police came and they took the action. Then what is the use? Life is lost here. So when we are analyzing this, he has stolen something. Okay. Stealing is right or wrong, first of all. You have to consider the legal stand, first of all, related to the law. Okay. It's wrong. So how you are saying it's wrong? What is the code which is punishing a person if he's stealing something? IPC. Indian Penal Code is there, no? So like related to, I remember it's 379 A or B. Okay. So it's related to snatching other people's property. It can be of anything. So it doesn't mean that if you're stealing food, it is okay. Okay. It's anything. It's your mobile phone, food, cash, jewelry, anything. Somebody is trying to steal it from you, then he will be punished under sections, IPC sections. Okay. So for stealing, for theft. So it's totally an illegal act. When we are analyzing a case related to right or wrong, we'll be doing it in the legal stand, legally. So what are that? What are the laws which are there existing in our country? We have constitution, we have various laws also governing various crimes which are happening inside the country. So based on that, we have to see whether it is right or wrong. So it's totally a wrong act. Legally, it is wrong only. So morally, let us put a dash here. We'll fill it last. Second, consider Sandeep case. Second case. Here also the same. See, I'm going to discuss all the stealing cases only. All will be stealing cases, but on different contexts and different situations, and the purpose will be different. So Sandeep, this happened in Mumbai. So what happened? This person has stolen a mobile phone from one person, and again, the mob has punished him. Okay, he was beaten to death. He was lying there for 4 hours in the street, and then the police, the chowkidar has come after a long time. Okay, then he has also lost his life. Again, stealing is wrong. Legally, it's wrong in India. Okay. Then Osteoco case. This is similar to Madhu, but this happened in Italy. This happened in Italy. He has stolen the food, okay, some sausage or something, food to eat, because he was hungry, right? According to Italy, their law, this is wrong. But there is a major change which will happen, which I will discuss later. Okay, so this case, just mark it. And I don't have space, I'm going to the next page. But in the table of column only, you continue, the fourth one. How I should shift? Down. Okay, enough? Because board is not visible for you. Now is it okay? This is a long story which has happened, Robin Hood, but there are a lot of people still acting like a Robin Hood. Juan Guardilo is one such person. Okay, in Spain, he is a politician. He has robbed various markets, and then he has distributed foods and clothes to the poor people. Same with Casino 702. This person, no, he comes with the idea of 702. He goes to the casinos, he robs the casino, then he distributes the money to the poor people. Even in India, there was a person. Now also there are some people. When the British were here, there is a person called Thantia Bill. Have you heard about this person? So this is also illegal. This is also illegal. We'll say illegal. Okay, this is lawfully not accepted. Theft is lawfully not accepted. Any way it can happen. It is not accepted and it is punishable offense with imprisonment of 5 years. No, you're guessing or you're guessing? Imprisonment of 3 years of fine. Okay, so you can go and refer the IPC sections 379A and B. If it is a murder, then it is there will be a harsh punishment. While snatching, you are pulling a person in the road and then he meets an accident, he gets died. No, death occurs, no, or sometimes snatching the chain from the lady, cut, he dies, loses her life, then there will be a harsh punishment. Anyway, so it's illegal only, okay? Then we'll go to the cases one by one. You can see here, we'll discuss the moral stand. So we have seen that theft is illegal. It is totally a wrong action. Lawfully, it is not accepted. So this is a wrong action. When we are analyzing an act of a person, we will be analyzing in two ways. Now you come to the moral stand. Okay. So that's a difference. That's a difference because in UPSC, they have already 4 times they asked a question, what is the difference between law and ethics? What are the similarities between law and ethics? Okay, and indirect way also they have asked this question. The difference between law and ethics or rules and ethics. This will frequently appear. Now, good or bad, how we are going to analyze? We are analyzing this action based on a moral principle. Now take Madhu case. Right? This person did not steal to build as fortress. Fort, no, or palace. Is he stealing for his selfish nature? He is very hunger. He doesn't know what to do. So he stole for that. Okay, even what happens, this type of cases, when it comes to police officials, what they will do, they will warn the person that don't repeat this type of behavior. Okay, just go do some work, then earn money, then eat. Don't steal from other people and have, no, take food or something. They will warn only. They will not arrest and then they will put in the jail and all. Very rare cases it happens. For his ego satisfaction, some people may do. But this will not occur there. Legally also, they will make you leave with a light warning. So this, you know, there are 2 types of ethics we discussed. What are that? Now comes that. Deontology and teleology. Do you remember that? So what is deontology? Duty-based ethics. What is teleology? So, see here. Deontology ethics says that it is wrong no matter what. It may be for food, it may be for clothes, it may be for anything you are going to, help a person, but this is wrong only. The means you have opted is wrong. Even though you're hungry, you cannot steal it from other person. But teleology ethics says this is right. You have to keep one thing in mind, that ethics is subjective in nature. It varies from persons to person's perspective. Okay, and based on the situation also. So some may say this is right. Some may say this is wrong. They say that this is not for accumulating wealth. He has done because he is in basic need. That's a basic need. No, food is a basic need, necessity. That's what I told you. You can see the Austria cow case. Okay, this man is a Ukrainian man. He stole food in Italy when he was living there. He doesn't have any work, any job, nothing. So he's very hunger. So he just went and broke supermarket, stole some chicken or something, and then he came out. So when he was caught, he was put in the prison. But the highest court of Italy, the Supreme Court of Cassation, they gave a verdict that, see, this man has stolen the food. We know that it's a theft. Theft is wrong. It is not to be performed. But this man has stolen food for satisfying his basic need. That's a necessity. If a person is stealing a food in necessity, then it doesn't mean a crime a person is committing. It's a crime committed on the person. That is the failure of the government, the failure of the people ultimately. So this is not wrong. The court has said, legally, we are not going to punish this person. It's the wrong on the government. So that's totally a different way of justice provided to this person. Okay, and now they are trying to rectify poverty and hunger. And you would also have that SDG goals and all, no? What is that SDG goal? Sustainable Development Goal. And how many goals are there? 17, no? Sure? Okay, 17 goals. And that first 2 goals is talking about eradicating poverty and bringing zero hunger. Okay, so that's you have to keep in mind when you are talking about poverty and hunger and all. Same way you come here, this again, okay, they are talking in 2 ways. Then you take the Sandeep Tatkare case. This is totally wrong. And here also we are saying morally it is wrong only. See, if you're stealing a basic, for basic requirement, it's okay. But you're stealing some things from people. That is totally unacceptable. So both the deontology ethics and teleology ethics is not supporting this type of theft. Okay. Then you come to the next case. What's the next case we discussed? Robin Hood type of character. So here it's illegal only. Okay, even though you're going to help another person, this is totally against law. So this is wrong. But whether is it right? Is it good or bad? Is it morally good or is morally bad? Again, there are two things. That deontology ethics says that this is morally a bad act. But teleology ethics says that it's morally a good act because here the person is not acting on his own self-interest. He's acting for the interest of or welfare of lot of people, the vulnerable sections. Okay, so that this is accepted. Right. Yeah, actually, the thing is that he is not hunger at all. He is not hunger. If he's hunger, you would have not taken a phone. You would have taken food only. If you're hungry, you would have not gone and steal the people's mobile. Many places, what they do, they go to a restaurant, they steal some food. If they are too much hungry, and if you, as you ask, there might be some situation like if he is going to buy some medicines for some people who is in the ailment. Okay, that may be the case. Then it varies. The situation varies. So in this cases, we can consider that he want to help a life. In order to save a life, he is trying to take something, sell it, then buy a medicine for that person. So in this cases also, we can consider that the wrong is not what he has committed. It's not a totally a wrong act. Okay, so there are also two types of opinions. No, again, so in that. Now I'll define ethics. So this way there is some opinions which is prevailing around a person's way of behavior. Okay, so now we will define ethics as, see, draw this diagram. Ethics, okay. Is it visible there? Visible or not? This color. Okay. So that we will see. As she has asked a doubt, no, that will come in the next topic. Don't worry about it. Human actions is right or wrong. Okay, good or bad. All this are included inside ethics only. So right or wrong is based on some legal interpretations. So it can be, yes, any doubt? Moral principles. Somebody is asking some doubt. Anyone? Values. Underlying those actions. Evaluates. Guides. First, make this diagram. Over. Huh? Yes. So online students, are you following? Do you have any doubt? Yes. Which one? Good. This one. This one, na? Here. Pink guides. Like pink boots. Pretty in pink. Nah, what is a pretty in pink? Sometimes they ask in UPSC words like this also. Huh? You know about pink budget? Pink collar crime? Pretty in pink? What is pretty in? Pink taxi. Same way pretty in pink. Just go and refer what is pretty in pink. Have you done? No, this is related to MCD elections which happened very recently, pretty in pink. So see this diagram, ethics is trying to evaluate the human actions. This is the very important definition for ethics. Apart from this, we are also we will also take some more definition for ethics, okay? But this is very important that it evaluates the human action. This is what you're going to do in case study. This is the basics of case study. When a question is asked to you, you are going to evaluate what option this person has to take, whether it is right or wrong. Legally it is right or legally it is wrong. And then we can consider the moral principles also, because now we are talking about ethical governance, apart from good governance, where you have to follow the rule of law. But now we are going a step ahead and we are talking about ethical governance. So apart from following rules and regulations, laws and regulations, there is a mission which was introduced in our government by our PM. What was that mission? Mission Karma Yogi was introduced by him 3 years back it was introduced. So that mission was mainly brought in order to implement this ethical governance only. Okay, to think out of box. You are always thinking inside that. Only rules, only you are playing, making decision based on rules and regulations. That's why last year also there was a topic related to that. Rules and regulations are provided to all officers are same, but some are achieving success by predicting it in the right way. The positive attitude people are predicting it in the right way and making success. But on the other hand, the negative minded officers are not able to predict the rules and regulations in the right way, and they always faces failure. Okay, this was a question. Question was for 5-sentence question was there for you. In the last year you would have seen all the questions are in the bulky manner, but there is nothing inside the question. Very easy questions. So the question was asked like that. See, this is the basics for case study also. You are going to evaluate the human action which is done in the cases as it is done in the right way or wrong way, or is it in the morally right or good, and you are going to choose an option, or you are taking ethics as the guidance and then making choices for your case study. So this is the major definition, important definition related to ethics. Done. Then there is a word called values. So this we will be discussing later. There is a topic for us in the first unit itself. You have a topic called human values. Under that, you will be studying values. So first, what we will do, take some definition for ethics. Then we will move to the next topic. Okay. Come on. Start writing. Are you used to writing? Then you can write. Yes. First definition. See, for me, if I want to make definition, if I ask you to make definition, write a word like this. Then put like this, start definition 1, 2, this way you have to write. So it will be easy for you. It's a psychological concept for remembering also, for revising also. Okay. This way you start your definition. Ethics. First definition. First definition in ethics. Already you have taken one in the diagrammatic format. Okay. Now we are going to write the definition. It refers to the range of behavior. It refers to the range of behavior exhibited by humans. Range of behavior exhibited by humans. Sorry. I'm sorry. I have given the different definition. Please strike it down. Strike it down. This you have to write below the ethics. Okay, please strike now. It's not for ethics. Strike that. Start a standard of conduct. Strike the entire sentence. Done it? Now you write a standard of conduct, standard of conduct, ethics in that first line, a standard of conduct. Second definition, standard of conduct, that is your first definition, okay? Second definition. Second, it's a moral compass. It's a moral compass. A compass. COMPASS. Moral compass. That can be applied. That can be applied to a range of situations. It's a moral compass that can be applied to a range of situations. The moral compass that can be, this is second definition, okay? So it's a moral compass that can be applied to a range of situations. Full stop. Third definition, it's a set of principles. It's a set of principles. Set of principles of right conduct. Set of principles of right conduct. Of right conduct. Okay, done. Third definition. Okay, then fourth one. Take the fourth definition. Ethics comes from the Greek word. Ethics comes from the Greek word ethos. ETHOS. Comma, which means, comes from the Greek word ethos. Comma, which means inside the quotation, character, which means character, comma, habits, character, comma, habits and customs. Okay, character, comma, habits and customs. So what is custom? Custom duty. Good. This is like, one time they asked, what is elephant bond? Then some student has written that for feeding elephant, they've created a bond. No, like electoral bond, they're collecting money from the people and feeding the elephant. A big zero. You know, no, elephant eat in the form of, what do you say that? You say it like a ball size food, no? They make this much big size, that much big size egg this person has also received in the exam. Then if you don't know about that, you should not write something differently. What is custom? Totally illogically, you should not write. You can write simply which is related to that. Yes. Way of behavior. Okay. What type of behavior? Good. See, please encourage your friends. He is answering and Google Baba. Okay. Anyway, at least you are typing in the Google and answering to me. It's appreciable. So what is custom then? Any other answer? Can I expect any other answer? Say good, it's a way of behavior, but what type of what way of behavior it is? It is a traditional or an accepted way of behavior, okay, which is prevailing in a particular place for a very longer time, that we call as custom. Only that place, in that time, in that situation, or in that context, it is right. That is custom. For example, you would have heard about the fraternal polyandry. What is that? What is polyandry? More than? Louder. What is polygamy? Polygamy is having more than one wife. That is, polygamy means it's nothing but like, more than one pair is called as polygamy. And that differs into two, polyandry and polygyny. I hope so. In society, you will learn this. And polyandry means what? Having more than one husband. A wife marrying more than one husband is called as polyandry. What is fraternal polyandry? In India, there is a community which is practicing fraternal polyandry. Who is that? A tribe only. Definitely tribe only will follow that. Okay, good. So fraternal polyandry means a girl marrying the brothers of same family is called fraternal polyandry. Okay. And that you would have heard about Thodas. There is a tribal group which is residing in, you are wrong, southern part of India. So where in the Nilgiri mountains, you would have definitely seen this type tribal community. So they are called Thodas. They have many unique characters like this. That is their custom. So they practice fraternal polyandry. Okay. So they also follow bow and arrow custom, bow and arrow. So how they will decide the father of the child? By shooting arrow. Nah? Because there are 4 brothers. Now somebody has to claim as the father of a child. So this person who wants to take care of the child, who thinks that this is my child, so I am the father of the child. Then he has to come in front of everyone. He has to pick up the bow. He has to shoot an arrow, and then he has to show that he's the father of the child. So this is called fraternal polyandry, which is practiced among the Thodas. But can we do it? In our community, it is totally banned. So this is something called as custom. And even in Kerala, there is a community called Nair community who practice Marumakkathayam. Have you heard about that? That's a Theravada system where matrilineal society is existing. And now in India, India has to be very proud. Only one community all over the world is matrilineal. What is that community? Even? Yes, right. Who is that? Kasi tribes of Meghalaya. Very good. So they are the one and only tribe who is the remaining lost trace. Still, they are practicing matrilineal type of society. All are patrilineal. No, we are following father, grandfather, ... Matrilineal, here the husband has to marry and go to the wife's house. And the child will bear the wife's mother's name behind his name. And even in the property. Okay, so the property will go to the girl child only. The last girl of the family will, inherit the property. Like that and all, we have a lot of customs, which is practiced by this particular community called Kasi of Meghalaya. So this is called custom. So which is good, which is right way of behavior in the specific place, in the specific time, it is accepted. Okay. So even the Theravada system, which we are talking, so it is not no more in existence. It was previously there. They were also matrilineal community only, Nair community, Now it is slowly vanishing. Okay. Right. So now you take down the, have you done that topic? Sorry, have you completed the sentence? Where we have left? Customs and habits, right? Yes. Then next, customs, habits and customs, full stop. The next definition. Ethics, also known as moral philosophy. Ethics, also known as moral philosophy. Underline that, moral philosophy. So ethics, also known as a moral philosophy. ORR. Is the speed okay? Should I reduce the speed? Okay. Moral philosophy, ORR, the science of morals. Science of morals. Science of moral philosophy, ORR. Or you'll say it's or R only, no. R, the science of R. So the science of morals. It's like Pankaj then again. But we say R only. Okay. Science of morals is a branch of philosophy. It's a branch of philosophy that involves. It's a branch of philosophy that involves. Systematizing. SYSTEMATIZING. Done? The word you have written? Systematizing. SYSTEMATIZING. Done? Comma. Defending. And recommending. Okay. Defending and recommending concepts of right and wrong. Defending and recommending concepts of right and wrong in human action. Right and wrong in human action. Okay. Done? Full stop? Yes. Then this much is enough, right? Yes, this much is enough. Then come to this diagram. So we have mentioned about human actions. So now we have defined ethics. We said we are going to evaluate the human actions based on the ethical principles, based on the laws, rules, and regulations. All these are source of ethical guidance only. Then now, what are this human action? So what type of actions can be evaluated? So how we are going to evaluate the human action? These are the next questions we are going to ask. So what type of actions can be evaluated? The deliberate human actions will be evaluated under the ethical lens. Okay. So you just ask a question, what type of actions can be evaluated? So deliberate human action. I'm writing in short form. Yes. Yeah, bolder customs, it was, but now we are trying to move from that. That's why there was a question in your UPSC. Have you noted that question? Constitutional morality was the question. It was asked last year also, 2 years before also this question came. So what is that constitutional morality? See, long back, 2001, this term appeared in the newspaper for the first time. That there was a book which was written by Kalpana Kanna Brown. She was an Indian. Okay, so she wrote a book, Tools of Justice. The book name is Tools of Justice. In that, she has mentioned that the time that we are moving from societal morality to constitutional morality, there were a lot of immoral practices in the name of morality, as he was mentioning about sati. You asked about sati, no? So same way, there was Varna system, which was there, which was justified as it is the moral act that people has to accept and people has to perform that. Okay, which was existing since long, Rigvedic times. It was there in the society, and this we call a societal morality. But now it is not like that. We have to move from that in the name of morality, in the name of God, in the name of justifications. They have created some injustice to some community, some group of people, we call. Especially in Varna system, there is a community which was completely discriminated, alienated from the society. Okay, so they were not allowed to use the resources which was used by the other community people. Same in case of Sati, a group of women are discriminated. She was asked to die voluntarily along with the husband. So this is not a moral act. So they tried, that is why this question was repeatedly asked. Even in 2018, there was a landmark judgment given by the Supreme Court. What was the judgment? Landmark judgment given by Supreme Court. 2 judgments came out, which shook India. What was that? Sabarimala issue has come, and they said that who are you to discriminate and say that you may call, why are you calling this stupidity as a custom? This is not a custom, this is not a tradition. How come you will say that women are not allowed to enter into temple? Okay, so this is the discrimination which you are, yes, practicing on a particular group of community. Okay, so this has to be rectified. And 2018, this judgment came out. Then another one judgment also came. What was that judgment? Anybody? Now Q plus LGBTQ community. So this judgment criminalizing unnatural sex. Previously, it was no. If you are committing unnatural sex, then it is criminal act under IPC sections. Then it was removed. They said that every person has a right to follow what they wish. Sexual orientation also the same thing. So who are you to criminalize it? So that was broken during 2018. So 2 landmark judgment, equality was established through that. Then the judge said that while delivering this judgment, he said that it is time we have to move from societal morality towards constitutional morality. Societal morality means society has established certain moral stance for a very long time and then justified that is right only. Okay, they were practicing that continuously, like bonded labors and all. But now it is time we have to move from there and come towards constitution. Constitution is talking about equality, fraternity. Then, so like this, we have certain value systems, no. So that is already established under the fundamental right. You would have seen the core, the heart of your constitution is your fundamental right. The fundamental right is upholding these rights for you. So you have to at least respect those rights. Freedom, yes, equality, justice, all this has to be established. Done. We'll come back to our topic, deliberate human action. What are called deliberate human action? Then draw this diagram. Deliberate human action. Any other doubt? Yes? Any doubt? Again. Then why sudden silence? Third, the deliberate human action. Just write first, without ignorance. First one, without ignorance. An act done without ignorance. Okay. Without ignorance. Then second, voluntarily done. Now I'll ask a doubt. The biology question. And science and technology also over for you, no? It's almost over. Done with free will. So what is, Yes, voluntary actions done with free will. So these are the three conditions which are deciding the deliberate human actions. So these types of action can be evaluated under the ethical lens. When you are evaluating a person's action, you have to evaluate based on these three conditions. The first one is without ignorance, an act committed without ignorance. And there is a difference between ignorance and crass ignorance. There is something called a crass ignorance. What is that? Have you heard this word anywhere? You would have not heard, but you would have heard the examples of crass ignorance then and there. Like water minister of particular state saying, claiming for the damage of the dam and some 7 people lost their life. He came to the media and then he said openly that crabs are responsible for the crack which happened in the dam. See, I am not responsible. The crabs, no, they populated and there are a lot of population. Crabs are responsible for creating the crack. The dam bursted, broken, and people died. No, this is an example of crass ignorance. And on the other hand, in one state, another minister went along with some PWD officials, put thermocol on the water tank. Why? To avoid transpiration. They asked, media asked, why are you putting thermocol? Thermocol is following you. When you come out of the dam, thermocol is also coming along with you. Why are you floating thermocol on the dam? Then he said, see, transpiration, loss of water. To avoid that, I am putting floating thermocol there. Even very recently also something happened like that. No, squirrels. They were asking that why a lot of power cuts happening in our area. Then the minister replied, squirrels are responsible for this. What can we do? Crass ignorance. So ignorance can be rectified, but crass ignorance is something that you don't put any effort, to remove the ignorance which is happening. Okay, so that is crass ignorance. Continuously you are remaining ignorant. That's not the fault of the system, it's fault of you. Okay, crass ignorance. So ignorance is one such condition which where a person is not acting deliberately. Sometimes it happens in civil service. Whatever effort you put, you collect some data, there will be something missing. You doesn't know the reality. And then you would have done some, you would have made a decision. But it's something there which happens due to your ignorance also, right? So then voluntarily done. What is voluntary actions? Yes. So then I have written third one as free will. So it both seems similar. What's the difference then? Voluntarily done and done with free will. What is the difference? What is voluntary action? What is involuntary? First of all, what is voluntary action? Involuntary and voluntary action, you would have studied, no, the basic classes in biology you would have studied. Your teacher would have taught you. So the action which is under your control are called voluntary actions. You can control it. I cannot make you, I cannot ask you that stop sneezing. Now, that's not under your control. No, stop your eye movement. You're not a statue to do it. So there are some movements, reflex actions. No, we are closing the eyelids like this. This will all happen automatically. So that these are called as involuntary actions, which is not in our hand, which are committed. So the other things which are under our control called voluntary actions. And then what is done with free will? See, some actions, although it is committed, it is under our control, we are controlling the action, but it is not done with our free will, with our acceptance. For example, you are in a bank. Now a terrorist enters. You are near the cashier. He says that you just take the key from the cashier, okay? And then you take the cash from the bank. So he's putting a gun on your head. So now you are going to perform the act, okay? You are going to take the key, you are going to take the cash. But are you willingly do it? You are under threat. You are under gunpoint. So if you are not doing it, you will lose your life. Although you are committing that act, but you are not doing with free will. On the other hand, there are some actions we plan, we do, we control it, and that is called completely done with free will. Okay, so these are the three conditions where a person action is considered as a deliberate human action. Sometimes he may have committed it, but under the face of threat. So this is what in case study also would have seen that. Sometimes they would have asked cases like this, that this person was influenced by the highest politician of that particular state. Respectively, it is the chief minister. So who is influencing to tamper with the results, for a particular exam. Like that, some cases may appear. So there he is under threat to do so. Okay, in that type of situation, how he would react it. Okay, so it is not his pure intention to do that. So he is not a dishonest person, but due to threat or violence, he is committing that act. Okay, so these are called as deliberate human actions when this is done without ignorance and voluntarily done or done with free will. Okay, then there is another question. How we will evaluate the human action? So this is what type of actions can be evaluated. Second question is how we will evaluate human actions. Okay, so this only the popular book for their ethics is also telling, but you will never understand even a single word from it. How will you evaluate human actions? Okay, there are some 3 or 4 pages. They will be explaining this topic particularly, but you will not understand that. So how will you evaluate human action? Now you take this diagram. So when you are trying to evaluate a human action, you have to consider 3 things. Not zeros, I'll write now. First one, object, right? Object. Second, circumstances. Okay. Third, purpose. So what is object? So how we are going to evaluate a human action? For that only we have written this object of the action, circumstances in which the action is performed, and the purpose for which the action has been committed. And this, through these 3 lenses, we are going to evaluate whether the action is an ethical action or an unethical action. Okay, so what is the object of the action? Somebody's mic is on, I think. True self, the true inner self, we can say. The inner essence, I can say. Okay. So for example, I'll give an example, don't worry. So object of the action, circumstances in which the action has been performed, situation. Okay. That is circumstances. Circumstances in which the action is performed. Purpose means the aim for which aim the action has been committed. What is the aim of the action? Why we are doing this action? Okay. Based on that, we are going to evaluate the action as a moral action or an immoral action. Okay. So there are 3 rules related to it. 3 rules for the human action that we will be seeing one by one. In that, I'll explain with the example for you. Right? Rule number 1. Right? Rule number 1 under this. Have you taken this diagram? Should you require more time? First take it. So after you've taken this and after writing a rule, we have missed one more point in the previous diagram, that also we will write, okay? This small point, involuntary actions. Have you done this now? Okay. So write rule number 1. Under the human action, okay? Rule number 1. First rule. An action whose object is, by nature, an action whose object is by nature good or bad, an action whose object is by nature good or bad, will always remain so. Okay, will always remains so. Full stop. This is the first rule. So, see, object you are telling lies. Telling a lie is the object. Okay, the action itself is the object. That is the object of the action. Is it a good action or a bad action? It's a bad action. That's the first one is saying the action whose object is good or bad will remain so. So the action itself is a bad action according to the first rule. Okay, no matter what, not considering the circumstances or purpose. Only with the object we can say this action is a bad action. Okay. Then second rule, rule number 2. Right? Rule number 2. An action which is good can become, which is good, okay, good or good, anyway, good, can become more or less good, okay, can become more or less good, depending on circumstances, or purpose. Depending on circumstances or purpose. Then this is the second rule. So can you give an example for this? See, based on the circumstances and based on the purpose, right? Now let us take like this. Telling a truth. Just take the opposite. That's it. Truth. You are speaking truth. Okay. So here in 2 ways it can be. Suppose you are speaking truth in the court as a witness to save a person's life. Okay, you are helping a person from your conviction. So you are saving his life. Okay, for that you are speaking a truth. So your truth is going to save a life. Then that becomes more good. So telling a truth itself, that is speaking truth itself, the object itself is good, no? So it's a good action, right? So this is a good action. Now this good action becomes more good. The intensity level increases if it is for a good purpose. If it is resulting in a good purpose. On the other hand, you are standing in the 4-way road. Okay, you are standing there in a bus stop. Now a person, or a group, sorry, 2 people, a couple are running towards you. They are running in one direction. You saw them, which way they have left. Now a mob is chasing them. Definitely you would have known something has happened. Huh? Then they are chasing with weapons. They are coming near you. You are the one and only person who was standing there. You are a version of Gandhiji. Now they come to you. Satyam, Ajayate. Then they ask you, have you seen some people running this way? Then you say, yes, because you are there. White, completely white clad. Then you said, yes, definitely. They are running in that direction only. Go and catch them. You know, what will happen? Huh? Straight to heaven, na? Then the people lose their life. Now also the act is good only according to this ethics. But this is less good. The intensity level decreases. It's less good. But it's a good act. You have done your duty. Based on the deontological ethics, you have done your duty. But a result is not required here. So this is totally a good act, but the intensity level is low. So it becomes less good. That's it. It doesn't become a bad act. Okay, so that's the second rule. It's vice versa also. Vice versa. Put R vice versa. Means what? It happens for the bad act also. Bad act becomes more bad act or less bad act, depending on the situation or the purpose you are committing that act. Okay, so put vice versa in the second rule itself. Then third rule, rule number 3. Rule number 3. In the second rule, you put vice versa. Means what? Same happens to the bad act also, like good act, what we have done. Same with respect to bad act. Okay. So third rule, an action which is indifferent. An action which is indifferent. An action which is indifferent can become action which is indifferent can become good or bad. Can become good or bad. Can become good or bad depending on the situation, that is circumstances, and depending on the circumstances and the purpose. Okay, depending on the circumstances and purpose. Right? Yes. So any example? An act that is indifferent becomes good or bad depending on the circumstances and the purpose you are committing that act. As the situation or the purpose, yeah. Any example? Do you remember? Louder. Anyone? Yes, online students, you can also. I don't know whether you're there itself. Please answer. Huh? So an act which is acting, which is an indifferent act. Okay. Indifferent means it's not connected with the morality at all. You are just simply committing that action. Okay. Right. So you are running. You are speaking. Any action which you are doing is an indifferent act which is not related to morality. You are bunking. You are crossing the traffic light. Okay, so it's an illegal act automatically. So the same thing, when there is no one watching, no traffic, nothing, in the night time, you're crossing a signal. Right, this way, the act is an indifferent act. Throwing, let us take this, throwing a stone. Throwing a stone is a different, what type of act? Immoral act or something? Many of us have that habit. No, when we are alone, we just play with the stone, throw that somewhere. So then that's an indifferent act. But if you're throwing a stone on a person who is walking there, that uncle comes with a jam in the head. Beta, what is this? Long days you are watching the uncle. Suddenly one day, you are always playing in front of the uncle like this, throwing the stone and playing. And one day you also hit his head, but your intention was that only to open the uncle's head. But few days you are showing that you are playing with the stone. Now the uncle also will not scold you. What is the purpose? Purpose is to open the uncle's head. Now it has happened. It is an intentional behavior, but it looks like an indifferent behavior to the other person also. The thing is that if you are simply throwing a stone without hurting anybody, it's not a act which is connected to morality, but you're doing with the purpose to hurt someone. That is a bad act. Okay? Or hurting a dog, and the dog cries and runs. Many people enjoy it, no? Come on. Chalo. Like this way, they try to play with the stone with the dog. Whenever they see a dog, they want to hit the dog with the stone. There are a lot of fools like that in the society. They play like that. Then, so these are some of the rules which comes under the evaluation of human actions. Okay, done? Right. Now, what are the impediments to human actions? You are going to answer this. Already we have done. How we are going to evaluate human action. Now, impediments to human actions are impediments to action which is ethical. What are the impediments? Right, number 1. Anybody? Yes. What are impediments to human actions or deliberate human actions? Anyone? Try from your side. I have written the first one, ignorance. Ignorance is one such inhibition which is making a person not to act in a deliberate manner. Second, okay, ignorance. That is why whenever you are writing a case study, you have to say, especially with related to the social evil, the first point you have to mention is that you are not acting with ignorance. when you are giving an answer to the examiner. How you would write? You would write that I have done all the R&D. It doesn't mean that you have to put a DD back, get down on your legs, go and do an R&D. It doesn't mean that. You are assuming a situation, you have to assume as you have done an R&D when you're writing a case study. So you have to say that I have done all the research and analysis here, and I have come up with the data, and the data is in my hand. Now I am going to answer the question. Okay, so in that manner, you have to suggest a policy. So ignorance is the first enemy. Second, you would have heard about a story in your younger days, when you're a child, on the moral science subject. How many of you had moral science subject? Very good. So there is a story, a popular story you would have read in your moral science subject. The lady and the mongoose. Have you done it? Yes. So I have seen a lot of head nodding. Now you are going to tell the story for me. I am going to listen. Huh? Who said yes? Come on. Oh yeah, please, gentlemen. What is your name? Jitu. Jitu submit. Yeah, kindly share your knowledge. Hear the story. Oh, very bad. Okay, fine. Then I have to tell the same story, same voice, same noise. Noise pollution, na? How long will you hear the same voice here? Ah. Ah. Very good, very good. So this is a story that the lady has brought this mongoose from the forest. She was taking care of this animal. Mongoose is an animal. Don't think of any other thing. This mongoose was treated like her own child. She took care of it. She was growing along with her child. The mongoose was growing along with her child. Then one day she went to fetch water. And when she returned back from that place, she saw the mongoose was standing outside with the blood dripping from its mouth. Automatically what she thought, mongoose has killed her child. It was waiting for the chance. When the lady went out, this mongoose has killed the child. That's why it is standing in the entrance with the dripping blood in its mouth. So what she did, she killed the mongoose. Then she went inside and she saw that there was a snake which was there lying nearby the child dead. So what was the moral of the story? Ignorance. She is not able to understand the situation. Why? That is why I'm asking you. Uncontrollable emotion. This is your next point. Uncontrollable emotions. Okay, so emotions are the major culprit. It clouds your vision. It doesn't make you to think the right way. So it makes you ignorant. It's clouding your vision to analyze things. Okay. So that's why there is a separate topic for a civil servant called emotional intelligence to control and manage his emotions at workplaces. If not, you will also be the same lady and the mongoose story only when you're making a decision. So uncontrollable emotions like fear, anger. Okay. So all this will take place when you are making your decision. So this should not cloud your vision. This is an impediment to human action to act in the right way. Then we can also mention about the pathological state. What is this? Pathological state. Doing bad. Pathology is a condition where you are mentally not stable. So these types of people, if they are committing an act, it doesn't comes or counted as the act which is performed on, with proper knowledge, or which is performed with proper ethical guidance. Okay, so this pathological state is also coming under the impediments to human actions to act ethically. Okay, now there is a topic, importance, determinants, and consequences of ethics in human action. That is your topic, no? Now determinants. Determinants. I'll make you write the importance last. Determinants, you just make a notes. When we are discussing, you make a note. Okay. So what are the determinants of ethics in human actions? Already we have given few. Ignorance, uncontrollable emotions, pathological state. Apart from this, first one I can say as legal interpretations. Why so much discussion? Asking about the Mangu story. Why a lot of discussions? Okay, discussion over. Yes, legal interpretations. Why we are saying legal interpretation is disturbing a person's way of being. You should guide a person to behave ethically. Why it is disturbing a person to not act in an ethical manner, or even sometimes it may guide to act in an ethical manner. Okay, guidance we know. How it is disturbing a person to act in an ethical way? Some countries have a different code, different set of codes, which is misguiding a person. Okay, we are saying that you should forgive and forget. Somebody is committing a mistake. We are saying take revenge. What will happen? The society exists everywhere. If somebody is trying to hurt us, we will hurt twice. Nah, how dare you touch me? Now you see, what I will give to you back. You give me one red eye, I will give 2 red eyes for you. This is the human nature. Human behave in this manner only. So legal interpretations like Babylonian code. You would have heard about this code, Hammurabi code. Have you heard about this code? This is the code which existed during 1750s. The Hammurabi code. Have you heard about this code? There are some 282 codes which were there under this particular Babylonian code. They call this as ancient Mesopotamia, where they used to say that an eye for an eye, teeth for a teeth, this type of punishment will be given to people. If you are trying to harm someone, you will be harmed twice. Okay, so what happens now? You are trying to propagate violence among the people through this code, the legal interpretations. Not only this, you also would have known about the crimes. Now, even now it is existing. Where? Louder. Arab country. Not in all Arab countries. Very limited. Like Saudi Arabia, you can take. Hadad crimes, which they say crimes against Sharia law and all. That is totally different. But Hadad crimes is there. What is the Hadad crimes? Hadad crimes means the crimes committed against Quran. They say it's committed against God, and they give punishment based on Quran and another one also, teachings of Prophet Muhammad. Hadid. They say no, based on these two, the crimes, they will punish a person. Like if you are stealing, you will have amputation of your hand. And if you are involving in adultery, after marriage, stoning to death. These types of harsh punishments are given to people. Then what happened? Same is committed here in India. People learning this in newspaper. They say, okay, our laws are very lenient. I caught my wife red-handed, cut her head, take to the police station, put in front of the police. Here, I took the head of my wife. I saw her committing adultery. Same happening with the husband also nowadays. Early morning coffee, husband goes to heaven. Adultery has been found. Then wife tells the police that what punishment you are going to give. I am in mental trauma for 5 or 6 years. Several times I warned this person, but this person has not heard. I gave punishment. You just see that Hadith crimes are there. Country itself is allowing to do it. So I also done. B, culture or country. Culture or country. Okay. So how a culture is trying to make a person act in an ethical way, or it's making a person to act in an unethical way also. There's a popular saying, it's right to kiss in the public than to piss in the public. Where it is? In the US, especially if you go, they say that it's a sexual act if you piss in the public, pissing in the public, urinating, public urination. But in India, It's okay to, yeah, it's ulta, no? It's okay to piss in the public, even though it's a crime. It's an IPC section. You can be booked under IPC section, but nobody is going to take care of that. But if you are kissing, one group will run from the left side. One group will come from the right side. Whoever it might be. This lady say, hey, he's my husband. We don't care. You are committing an obscene act. Huh? You are committing an obscene act, no. So what is that obscene act means? It's under IPC section 294. You will be booked under 294. A very popular case also happened in the stage that a popular Bollywood actress and Hollywood actress. You know how this Hollywood people will be. Arey, come, chalo. Kissed in the open stage, and then they said, what obscene act you are committing? The film you are committing more than that no one is going to care. But in the stage you have done it. Same way, even very recently in Delhi High Court also gave a judgment that husband and wife, a married couple, behaving abruptly in the public is also an obscene act. You can be booked under section 294. Okay, so it varies. This because it's our custom. Okay, there is something called as moral policing. These people also will approach you. You would have seen in the Valentine's Day. They will come with, what is that we call in Hindi? They tie for a girl, no, what you call? Thali in Tamil. I don't know what it is. They will bring that yellow color, what you call that? Mangal Sutra. They are walking, no, many men. They will walk with Mangal Sutra in the park. Valentine's Day. Okay, come on. Two sitting together. Come here. This boy, she's my sister. We don't care. Tie or call your father and mother. So this is happening in India. More in the name of moral policing, because it's our culture and it's our this custom. So this is also trying to make a person to act in a similar pattern. So that's why you would have gone to East Asian countries where the women will sit par with the men and she will try to drink. It's a social custom there. Even the elders will pour a drink for them, they will drink it. So if they are not drinking it, it's against the custom, So they are embarrassing the elders of the family. But here it is not so. You can go and ask your parents, pour me a drink. Can you? Then what will happen next day? Taking some devil has entered my child's body, otherwise she would have not behaved in this manner. Take her to the pujari. Now, next day, your face will be painted white. You will be in some front of some temple, sitting. So you cannot ask this to your dad and mother frankly or openly, unless until they get exposed to the Eastern countries. Done. So see. This is individual or social factors. Individual or social factors. So what are those individual factors we can consider under this? Some like moral development, the way you are brought up. Okay. Moral development. This will also affect the way you are behaving in the society. The way you are brought up, the environment you are grown up, the family you have, the society you are there, and the educational institution you went. All this will decide the way you are behaving in the society. That designs you. Okay, the moral development. Then comes the family. Family influences. Whatever decision you are going to take. Okay. See, this person joined with you in the service. Now he is having house in every state. But I am not having even a single house. You are fit for nothing. Wife telling the husband. Now what happens? It's an embarrassing moment for a husband. Family influence to commit an illegal act, to commit an corruption, to involve in corruption, to be a dishonest person. Same way, if a person is dishonest, he is not going in the right path, family comes there to correct. The family will give a pressure. Okay, so they influence the person. Why are you behaving in this way? Did I ask you silks? Did I ask you jewels? Nothing. I asked peace of life. That is not here. Only peace of life is here with me. Then peer influences. Friends committing an act. doing something. Come on. You are a boy, you are a man. Drink 1 cup. Then 1 cup, 2 cup, 3 cup, 4 cup. Next, alcoholic. Then drug alcoholic. Then rehabilitation center. Then mental asylum. Now, many people are like that. No. Why? These are an immoral act. This is because the peer influences in the wrong direction. Same way, a peer can also influence in the right way. He can say you, this is the wrong way you're behaving. No, don't commit this type of act in the society. Don't make mark of the girls who is walking here. They are like your sisters, behind here. No? Huh? Right? Right? No. Peer influences. Then you can also say that experiences. Above all, experiences speaks a lot. Okay? Experiences. You have experience in certain action, certain way you have behaved. Then you would have, obtained certain experience, and this experience will create an impact on your behavior. Whether you're behaving in an ethical way or an unethical way is also a result of your experiences with that. A lot of films has also been made like that. That person will be a very honest person, very good. He will always decide only for the other people's interest. Then what happened? He would have faced a major havoc. His family get destroyed. Everything will be taken away from him. Now he will become the top one culprit. All unethical act, no one would be able to trace him. He will become the underground goon. In those types of movies, we also love a lot, no? This man normal man became a Superman. Come on, chalo, very nice, Pushpa. No? The popular dialogue in Pushpa also. Chukkega nahi, na? So I am not a flower, I am fire. Right? Then next, last one, religious factors. Religious factors. I don't know why that movie is appreciated, but all are an illegal act in that movie. But people enjoyed a lot, no? Cutting down red sanders. Red sanders is a very important endemic species belonging to that particular forest. This person is holding it. People love those. Instead of a person who is like, very simple is boring because they cannot do all these things. They know their bump will become red. Then someone has to perform those acts and they enjoy sitting in the home. Chal, nice. Very good. When Veerappan was roaming here and there, people appreciated him. Veerappan, nice. Then they also had mustak in the same pattern, hair in the hairstyle same. Now many people are not keeping oil in the head. Pushpa, and then wearing torn slippers also. And walking in the same way, sidewalk. Dogs used to walk like that. Have you noticed the road when dogs are running, they used to run sideways. Same way this person also have a popular step, no? Yes, then. Yeah, that also. Okay, so here, come back to religious factors. Religion is creating an impact on the people to act in the ethical way or an unethical way. So, like, you would have heard about the karma. Nowadays, the children are spitting on the parents' faces and running. Don't tell lies. Now, previously, many children are questioning the parents. No, you are simply telling God will come at night, put the trisul in my eyes. Never happened. I have checked it. I have told lie. I waited for God to come. No God has come and put the trisul in my eyes. Then you are wrong. You are cheating. Chalo, chhod do. Hereafter, I am not going to hear you. Now, students are very smart. Children are very smart. Until parents has to come with trisul. No. Light, off the light, then come in front, then and there. They should guess that children are still told lie. Definitely you would have told lie. I will come with the Rasul and make him frightened. Otherwise, these children will not obey. Previously, what they did, even the grown up, they are very fearful about religion. For that only we created religion, mainly to make man afraid for his sins. Okay, see, you have committed something wrong. Now this is going to be carried in your next birth. Transmigration of soul is there. Karma, cycle of birth and death, it is going to continue. So you will be again and again born into this sinful world. They consider this as a sinful world. And then why you are born? Because you have committed a sin. Now you are born alive. You are enjoying happiness. That is also a sin. You are enjoying sad. That is also sin. So This is going to continue. And now people are afraid. Okay, I should not commit anything a wrong way. Anything which is going to give pain or hurt someone, I should not involve in it. Okay, so that religious factors is making man to behave ethically. Okay, so these are the things which are the factors which influences a person's behavior in an ethical or unethical way. For this, you can take these steps. Now, only 10 minutes are there. We'll start writing. If you're not able to complete, we'll do it in the next class. Okay, see this case study. Before writing, you can read this case. In the recent times, there has been, okay, someone can read it. Anyone? Louder. Not within your mouth. Read it louder for everyone. Yes? Anybody? Anyone? Yes. You. Who has a very good voice? Louder voice. Please read it loudly. So,
in recent times, there has been increasing concern in India to develop effective civil service ethics, code of conduct, ethics and integrity. Need to ethical code is not only spread good work for the civil service and for the furtherance of the problem.
Now, 1 minute. So this case study, I don't dictate for you because you have a board here. So if it is a traditional way, then I would have dictated or passed out in the hand. But this is there. You can also take it from the management. Case studies of this type will appear. They will be notifying all the flaws which is happening in the administration. Okay, so one such type of case is this. Okay, there are several patterns in case study. Case study appears in different patterns. Please continue. You can't see, no problem. Observing all this, we can feel sure the need of her is ethics because law alone cannot bring regulation in the society. Okay, so that's it. This is the case. Now they have asked a question. So what is the case about? The case is about a civil servant, an administration, how it is functioning. The administration is there for bringing in effective service delivery or good governance to the people. But what is happening is that even the senior rank officers are committing grave mistakes like corruptions, and they are leaving a bad impression, and also they are committing suicides because of pressures. They are not able to tolerate the pressure. So what happens? They are committing suicide, and this create a bad impression in the society. Then the second, you can say the respectable civil servants are also involving in domestic violence. Many places it is happening. The lady comes out running with a black dot in the hand. What does it mean? Here also they arrested a lady. She always run with the black dot in the hand. Putting black color ink, no. You take a black color ink, put one dot in your hand, then come outside and show to other people that what it means. It means domestic violence. You are under domestic violence because you are not able to share it with anyone. Through symbolic way, you can show. There was one mad lady who was running every day with a dot in the hand. Then what happened? These people know very well about this man. He is very good. She got arrested recently because she is misusing the symbol. Simply telling my husband is torturing me. My husband is torturing me. She is torturing the husband. On the other hand, they found out and they arrested her. Then even topmost bureaucrats, who's, I think for boys also they should bring a symbol like this, because nowadays both way it is happening. Even topmost bureaucrats whose duty is to check corruption and promoting equity and establishing good governance is becoming a bribe taker. So We are observing all these facts. Now, what is the question? Can you discuss the role of ethics in promoting the individual and social well-being and elaborate what are the other benefits this is going to bring? By following the ethical principles, what are the other benefits we can get? So this type of cases will appear, and already thrice this type of cases very recently, like starting from 2020. Okay, previously itself we told the students, be prepared for these types of things, because already I usually told that they used to separate the theory classes and case study classes separately. But it is not the case. In the case study, you will get theoretical questions. And in the theory questions, you will face case study pattern of questions also appearing. So one such is that they asked what is meant by criminalization of politics one time. Okay, in 2020, this question came. In case study, they described a case and they asked what is meant by criminalization of politics, suggest policy measures to stop this menace. Last time also they came out with one question related to IR, international relation ethics. Okay, so related to weapon transaction between countries, chemical weapons and all. Now we will go to this case. So what is the role of ethics in promoting individual and social well-being? Okay, so for that only we will be writing first point in that. First point, ethics. First point under this case. Just write an answer for this case, but this is the answer as importance of ethics. Okay, this is something called as importance of ethics. Importance of ethics. Write the answers. Ethics not only helps us to make choices, not only helps us to make choices during ethics not only helps us to make choices, during emergency situations, comma, but also the day-to-day choices, which we make constantly, full stop. So have we done till this? So ethics is not just an exercise for philosophers. It's not just an exercise for philosophers or intellectuals. Ethics is not just an exercise for philosophers or intellectuals. Full stop. It is at the core of everyday life. It is at the core of everyday life. Full stop. Core, C-O-R-E, base. Core of everyday life. Full stop. This Aristotle. Should I write the spelling? Aristotle. This Aristotle calls us inside single quotation, a life, L-I-F-E, life, well lived, quotation close. Lived, L-I-V-E-D, quotation close. And by Socrates as. So Aristotle has called this as a life well lived, okay? And by Socrates as, S-O-C-R-A-T-E-S, Socrates as, inside the quotation, and examined life. Full stop. One time they asked a question in UPSC in 2017 or 18, I don't remember the year. The question was like this: a life well examined. Socrates. They asked you to interpret this quotation. So what you have to interpret, it means that he's talking about the way you are making a decision based on the moral principles. In your everyday life, you're making a decision. So based on that, you have tried the importance of ethics one. What ethics is playing a part, how ethics is playing an important part in your life. That should be your answer. Okay, right. Then